Hello viewers, you're welcome to our mathematics tutorial. In this lesson we have a question on triangle to solve. But before we begin to solve the problem, I want us to take a brief look into some properties of triangle before we begin to solve the problem on the board. Now, the number one property I want us to remember is that for every triangle, the interior angle of every triangle sum up to 180 degrees. The angles inside the shape are called the interior angle. So if I call this angle A and I call B, C, if I sum A, B, and C, I must get 180 degrees. That is the first theorem I want us to recall on triangles. Then the second theorem I want us to recall, or not just a theorem, the second properties I want us to recall on triangles is this special triangle. It's called the Isosceles Triangle. Please don't mind my diagram. It says that if this length is equal to this length, the distance from this point to this point is equal to the distance from this point to this point. This triangle is an isosceles triangle, and because of that reason, their base angles must be equal. So whatever be the angle at this junction, maybe P degrees, it must be the same at this other point. So this is the two information we need to solve the problem right on the board. So let us go to the problem. We have that the figure below, PR is equal to PQ. That the length from P to R is equal to the length from P to Q. So that makes these two lengths equal. And because of that reason, I can tag it like this. This is just an isosceles triangle, just like we discussed. Then we move further. QS and QR are equal. This is QX and QR are also equal. So I may give it another sign to tell you that they are equal. And if these two lengths are equal, we also have another isosceles triangle on the board. We need to take note of this. Then we also have that the angle RPQ is 40 degrees. RPQ is 40 degrees. And we are asked to find PQX. PQX. So we are asked to find this angle right here. Let's call this angle Y degrees. We are asked to find the angle at this junction, which is Y degrees. First of all, we need to start with the little things we know about a triangle. We start with the external part of the triangle, which is the bigger side of it. This length and this length are equal. It means that this base angle and this base angle must be equal. Remember, there's another angle here. You need to take note of it, and that is the angle we are asked to find. So, but all this angle here and all this angle here must be equal. So if I call this angle P degrees, I must also call this angle P degrees also, because it is isosceles. So applying the first theorem of a triangle, which says if I sum all the interior angle, that's this guy plus this guy plus this guy, it must give me 180 degrees. And we can simplify this algebraic equation, which will turn out to become 40 degrees plus 2p degrees must give me 180 degrees. And if I collect like terms, take the 40 degrees to the other side of the equation, I'll be left with 2p degrees is equal to 180 degrees minus 40 degrees. And if I subtract 140 from 180, I'll be left with 140 degrees. That will warrant me to divide both sides by 2 so I can obtain the value of p. So 2p degrees, 140 is dividing both sides by 2. I'll be left with p is equal to 70 degrees. But that's not the result, or that's not what we are asked to find. But to help us obtain the question we are asked to find. So here is now 70 degrees, and the whole angle here at Q is also 70 degrees. But take note, we are asked to find a portion of the angle at Q. But now we know the whole angle, the total angle at Q to be 70 degrees. It will be easier for us to obtain the Y degrees that we are asked to find. Now, we can also observe something, that this other triangle at the base is also an isosceles triangle. because this length and this length are equal. If this length is equal to this length, it means that this base angle here and this base angle here that is not identified must also be equal. So here must give me 70 degrees. So we also have another angle here at this point. So we don't know the angle, and we are from these two given angle we can obtain this one. Let me call this t degrees just for identification's sake. Now we sum all the interior angle to 90 degrees. So we have 70 degrees plus 70 degrees plus t degrees must give me 180 degrees. Why are we doing this? So that we can obtain the value of t. Now 70 plus 70 will give me 140 plus t degrees equal to 180 degrees. If I collect like term, I'll take 140 to the other side of the equation. I'll be left with t degrees is equal to 180 degrees minus 140 degrees. And that will give me t degrees is equal to 40 degrees. Now that's good, that's awesome. Now we know the angle of t to be 40 degrees. And we are asked to find the angle at y. So if the total angle at q is 70 degrees and we have a part of it to be 40 degrees, then of course it's very clear that the remaining part of the angle at q degrees will be 30 degrees. So this angle here must be 30 degrees, so that if I sum this angle here and this angle here, I will get the total sum of the angle at q, which is 70 degrees. And that means we have already gotten the answer that we are asked to find. Now we are asked to find PQS, that's the angle here. So definitely the angle at this junction, at this portion of Q, is simply 30 degrees. So we can finally say that y degrees is equal to 30. That is our answer. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you next time. God bless.